All right, good morning, good afternoon, sixth grade reading classes. We are going to try something different this year. At the end of the year, we give this extra lesson from counseling to students. As you can see, it's called the bridge law, but this year it's about your learning styles. And you might have heard teachers talk about this before, but if not, I'm going to briefly go through it. We have a good PowerPoint, but students, this is going to require you, okay? It's going to require you to do some work at home, all right? It's not hard work. You're not going to have to think hard. What it's going to do is it's going to help you understand how you learn the best way, okay? And it'll show you some of your weaknesses too, but it's going to give you the best way you learn. So hopefully, you know, as we go through middle school and high school, you can adapt your study skills where they're going to be able to, you know, help you learn a little bit either quicker or more thoroughly, so you really get a good understanding of the material. All right. And we're going to use a program called Naviance. Now, Naviance is a very important program we want you to get used to. Okay. Students, this is for a grade. Okay. This is for a grade. And these are the three things you got to check off. And it's going to get you a grade that's going to help your reading grade go up. Okay. Your teachers and I have been working together. We put together this assignment. It's both counseling because it's building your awareness, your self-awareness, and how you learn. Okay. Which is a big part of growing up, is understanding your strengths and weaknesses. And then also it has to do with reading and then the learning styles that come along with that. And your teachers and I have come together. So this is for a grade. Let me make sure that's clear. This is for a grade. All right. So you can see right here on the PowerPoint, these are the objectives. We're going to have to do a 20-question survey, which is not hard, I promise you. It's going to give you a bunch of information, and we're going to use that information, okay, to go forward with this number 3 assignment. And number 2 is super easy. I promise students, it takes, all you have to do is log in, essentially. Log in, 2 drop-down buttons, click, 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 and that's it, okay? But that's going to get you into Naviance, because students, Naviance is something you're going to use all through middle school and all through high school, okay? It's going to be for career planning next year, the career interest inventory. There's going to be a lot of other surveys we take each year that's going to help you learn where your interests are, how you learn. It's going to learn about career clusters, how much money you can make in certain jobs, how much money you can make if you graduate high school, or if you don't graduate high school, you know, what level of education you need in order to be, you know, an astronaut. What level of education do you need? All that information is in Naviance, along with college scholarships, college applications. There's just so many resources within Naviance that we want to get you a little familiar with the website in 6th grade, because we're going to use it again next year, and then next year, and then into high school. It's going to be something we use a lot. All right, enough of Naviance. I think I stressed the importance of it. Hopefully you understand, students. This is a lesson where you're going to do one thing first, learning style survey. You're going to learn about yourself, okay? Then you're going to get into Naviance and submit really quick 2 questions, okay? And then the last one, you're going to complete your assignment for the teachers, okay? Now, before we do any of that, I want to give you some information about learning styles. If you've never heard of learning styles, this will be good information for you. If you already kind of know about them, then there might be, you know, a refresher, or it might give you 1 or 2 pieces of new information. But there's 3 main learning styles, students. Visual, what you see and what you see. Kinesthetic, which is also tactile, what you feel and can like use your hands for. And then the last one I might be covering here, auditory, what you hear. Okay. Now, realistically, students, we use all 3 when we're learning. The best thing you can do is to see something, do something with your hands, either write it out again, and then say it out loud. That's how you really learn best, is all 3. But right now in middle school, you favor one method or the other. And that's what we're going to find out today. Which learning style is your preference? Which one do you do best with? Okay. And we can use that information then going forward to reinforce your learning through saying it out loud, or through writing extra notes down, or through seeing it a couple extra times. And then we can also work on our weaknesses. If you're not a good visual learner, maybe we can start working on that so that you can combine it with auditory, kinesthetic, and visual. And now you have all three together. And that's the best way to learn, is using all three. Well, we're going to find out today which one you're best at. All right, as you can see, visual learners, you learn by seeing and looking. There's a bunch of bullet points below, but you might take numerous detailed notes. You might like to sit in the front of class. You close your eyes to visualize when you're remembering something. When you're really trying to think hard, you like to close your eyes. And I do that. A lot of people do that. You'll find something to watch if you're bored, okay? You know, a lot of people might fiddle with their fingers or use a fidget spinner, or maybe even just kind of, you know, lean on the desk, try to sleep, but you might actually try to go and look and like use your eyesight to entertain you, whether it's looking at your neighbor or looking out the window. You use your eyesight for that entertainment when you're bored. All right. There's some more bullet points below. Teachers can probably help out with some of that, the vocab, but you know, you benefit from illustrations and presentations that use color. So if there's more color or highlighted words, that can help you learn a little extra. If you're a visual learner, it can sink in a little bit more. But let's go on to auditory learners. Okay, you learn by hearing and listening. Now, everybody learns by hearing and listening, but some of you really, really learn best when you can really let it sink in and you can hear it, okay? It doesn't have to necessarily be that you're looking at the teacher straight in the eyes to necessarily learn. You could be looking down at your paper, but really focusing on listening, okay? And you can learn that way. Now, that doesn't mean you can just stare off into space and only listen. All that means is you favor hearing it versus seeing it. You still need to see it. You still need to see it, but you favor hearing it, okay? So an example, I think the best one, okay, is you acquire knowledge by reading out loud. Students, when you're studying, when you're doing homework, if something doesn't make sense, say it out loud, okay? Hear yourself talk out loud. Hearing yourself talk about vocabulary words or reading a certain paragraph that you have to, you know, get information from, reading it out loud allows, you know, the ears to hear it. It allows you to see the words. It can give you an extra level of learning when you say something out loud. So I think everyone, if you really need to learn something, you read it out loud. It gives you some extra support, okay? Other examples they have on here, they can sit where they can hear, but do not need to pay attention to what's happening in front. Language there, you know, they may not necessarily have to pay attention, but they do need to, you know what's going on. All right, so they're remembered by verbalizing lessons to themselves. All right, I think that's a huge thing I just talked about. But we will go ahead and keep moving on to the last one, which is kinesthetic learners, or also tactile learning, okay? Learn by touching and doing. I think a lot of students, you know, this is the best way to learn, all right? I think science teachers will agree with me, but when you can actually use your hands, you know, when you get really involved and you can see it happen, you can really understand it, okay? This doesn't mean that you learn best just because you have a fidget spinner spinning over here. Just because it's spinning, I'm learning. That's not how it works, students. It's just not. You know, there's examples here, but you know, speaking with your hands or using your gestures, you need to be active, whether it's standing up, that's good. But rely on what they can directly experience or perform, whether that's a science experiment. And I know there's other examples, whether it's a presentation, like speaking out loud, you will learn the material better that way. A lot of students do. So an example, if you're studying, is sit near the door or someplace where you can easily get up and move around, okay? Communicate by touching and appreciate physically expressed encouragement, such as a pat on the back. All right. And again, students, just like we all learn differently, we all like to receive encouragement differently. Some people don't want you to say anything, but just to pat them on the back. Some people want you to verbalize, hey, you're doing really well, I'm proud of you, and that makes them do better. So everything in life, students, we all process it differently, but looking at our learning styles, okay, visual, auditory, tactile are the main ones that we're focusing on. And we're going to take a survey right now that will show you which direction, visual, auditory, tactile, that you favor. And it's going to give you more information about each one. So it's actually a really important lesson that the counselors give. And thank you, teachers, for partnering with me. This is going to be beneficial for you, students. So I am going to kind of continue on. But what we're going to do, students, all right, this is where it gets a little tricky. Remember, our main objectives: 20-question survey, submit to Naviance, and do your teacher's assignments, okay? Here's the link to the survey. Your teachers are going to have to provide it for you in CTLS. I know you're getting this in the classroom. This can be done at home in the number 1 and number 2 can be done in less than 10 minutes, okay? Your teacher's assignment, I'm sure you're going to work on it in class, but that may take a little bit longer. So this is the link to the first objective. You go to this link, and this is what you'll see, okay? You'll see this page right here. What is your learning style? And I'll have, just like this, you're going to click answer the 20 questions, okay? It's going to start you at number 1. You're going to read the question. You're going to answer it. Click next. You're going to do that 20 times. All right. They're kind of fun questions, students. They make you think a little bit. Nothing too complex. I think you'll be fine with them. But, if you have any questions, please ask your teachers, and I'll be around as well. But, the questions like, what kind of book is your favorite book to read? One with pictures, one with words, one with crosswords. So click which one you want, click next, and go through it. So it's kind of fun, actually. So after you do 20 questions, you will get this as your results page. It will look different than mine, but right now mine has my top 2 learning styles as auditory and tactile. You need to write those 2 words down, all right, so you can save them, all right, when we go on to the next part. Keep that window there, students, okay? Keep that window there. Just keep it right there. Don't touch anything at this moment in time. Leave that results page up. And what I want you to do next is open a new window. We're going to go to Naviance, okay? We're going to go to Cobb County homepage, which looks just like this. Let me move this. Cobb County homepage. All right, so right here, we're going to go to cobbk12.org. Upper corner, find it fast. Naviance, and it should log you in automatically. But I have screenshots of that I'm going to share with you as we go through this, okay? Cobb County homepage right here. Upper right, find it fast. It's going to have a scroll down or click down menu. Looks just like this. You're going to click Naviance, bottom right. All right. From there, you should be at your welcome page. At the very top of the welcome page, you'll see planner. Click planner. Then click tasks. It'll be planner and it'll drop down. It'll be a drop down to tasks. Click tasks. All right, and you should be on this page. You should see an overdue. Students, I don't know why, but they made it due on Saturday, May 1st. You are able to still do it, okay? Go to the overdue task. You're gonna click. I think you might need to click task assigned to me. I think it comes up on both, but click tasks assigned to me. We want you to click on that blue link that says 6th grade learning style reflections. All right. I think we can get to here. Next step's a little tricky. Pay attention. All right. And this, Your teachers will have this PowerPoint for you. You click on that blue 6th grade learning style reflection survey. There's another little blue link that's hidden. I know they make it so easy. It's hidden over on this right side. It says to complete this task, you need to take this survey, okay? Click take this survey. This is the whole survey, 2 questions. My first learning style is, my second learning style is, and it's a drop down. You click it and it has 3 options. Boom, auditory, visual, or tactile. Same thing with the second one, auditory, visual, tactile. But then I need you to click submit. All right, and then you're done. Then you have task number 1 and task number 2, check, check. You're done. And that's going to be a big moment when you do that. Thank you very much. That'll help me out a lot. Okay. If you want to double check and make sure you did it, you can go to my planner, tasks, and it'll show that you completed it. Okay. More importantly, students, go back to your learning styles page. Okay. And you're going to need to copy some of that material. Okay. There's different ways to do it. I don't want to impose on the teacher's styles, but you're going to need a lot of that information, okay, to do your, I believe we're doing a race writing assignment. I think the best thing you can do, okay, you want to save the learning style information, all right? If you know how to screenshot, you can screenshot it and email it to yourself. If you don't know how to screenshot, you might be able to, and I haven't checked this, you might be able to copy it and then paste it to an email. So at least then you have the information for auditory, for visual, or tactile learning. But you need to make sure you have some of that information for when you're doing your assignment, okay? So remember, this page right here has all your information for your assignment. And if you click on this little blue link right here, it'll take you to another page that will show you this information, but for both visual and tactile. So all the information's in there, okay? Now, students, that is a lot going on, okay? That's a lot going on. Your teachers will share the link with you, okay? And you're gonna have to do some of this at home, but I want you to remember the 3 main objectives: finish the survey, submit the 2 learning styles to Naviance, and then you're working on the assignment for reading, okay? I think that should do for the YouTube video. Students, we're gonna have a lot of information for you. You know what to do. You can ask me, you can ask teachers for any questions. Best of luck. And I think that'll do it.